Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. Here alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, I'm Kevin Harmon. A quick check down at the starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Nick Batum?
Well, Batum is one of my favorite players in the league, Kevin, because of the versatility at both ends of the floor. On defense, that huge wingspan allows him to cover multiple positions on the court. And then offensively, he can really run the floor in transition, and he can knock down that three-point shot.
Yeah, he doesn't just have to score through his defense. You know, post players love playing with him because he can shoot from deep and really demands attention when he's hanging out beyond the arc. You can't take your eye off of him when he's out there.
Back to the road tomorrow, as this is the final game of the Trailblazer homestand. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season. They could only manage a single win in 4 tries against these guys last year.
And, you know, I think they may have a little extra motivation because they lost last year's season series to this team.
Two teams kind of bringing up the back end of the conference. It's not a matchup the top teams are going to pay much attention to.
Well, even if the high end isn't interested, you can bet these guys are. Two teams trying to build themselves up. You can measure improvement in other ways if you're not making the playoffs.
That's a great point.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Here's Lillard. Another shot. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, the head coach for the Portland Trailblazers gave me just a couple of minutes. He knows they've got to really dig in defensively, facing a very talented offense. He said if you let them get going, they can run off a big lead and really put you behind the 8 ball. We've got to be disciplined, work together, and be prepared to make second, third, and fourth efforts. Whatever it takes to get a stop, that's what we'll have to do. Kevin, we'll see if they can get a win in this, their first matchup of the season.
All right, Doris, Steve and Clark, what's your take on Coach's strategy here?
Well, I think he's got the primary focus right where it should be, on aggressive defense, getting stops, and trying to seize control of this game at that end of the floor.
Well, another way to say it, guys, is fighting fire with fire. High-powered offense against high-powered, intense defense.
Here's the bodyguard, and good, count it. Before I forget, guys, what did you think about his comments in the press conference after the last game?
Well, it was interesting, Kevin. He talked a lot about his love for gaming and particularly NBA 2K12. And you know what? I can't blame him. I love to play, too. In fact, the My Player concept is awesome because, you know, when I played, I could barely even touch the rim. But when I created my own My Player, I turned it into a high flyer, so I'm doing all kinds of crazy dunks. It's awesome.
Isn't that mode fun? I need to give it another go because obviously I have no basketball skills to speak of.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Harris, right side. Feeds the play. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Hey, there was no question about it. Everybody knew DeJuan Blair had talent when he came into the NBA, but people were scared off because he had ACL in his knees. A valid reason if you look at it from that standpoint, but he continues to prove the detractors wrong by still being in the league.
Here's the bodyguard. A tremendous game he played against Utah. Batum against Marion. Pass to the bodyguard. Just 5 on the clock. From 13. Can't hit. Great defense that time from Ellis. And for DeJuan Blair, it started to become difficult for him to carve out minutes with all the front court talent the Spurs have.
Yeah, now on a new team, getting a better opportunity. And you know his rebounding ability will always been there. That's something that translated directly from his days at Pittsburgh. But can his health stand up? Can his knees hold up? If they do, he's a very valuable player.
Here is Lillard after Devin Harris hitting the 3. Lillard, the pass to the body. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
He's got a nice stroke from long range, and you know he's not likely to pass up those opportunities when he gets them.
Harris with it. Lillard picks him up. Aldridge against Mary. The bodyguard passes to Batum. The layup missed.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those. Well, for the Portland Trailblazers, a new training staff hired over from Oklahoma City They let go of their previous trainer who'd been with the team for 19 seasons. Fair or not, I think the seat got hot after all the injuries that were really devastating this team.
On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Devin Harris. Brandon Wright is out there with Blair. Then there's Marion. So it's the Mavericks now. Lito, the pass to Blair. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And now a 9-point Maverick lead. And for the Blazers, statistically the most injured team in the NBA, Clark, from 2009 through 2012.
And the new training staff is advanced in not just injury treatment, but injury prevention, and that's key, using strength bands and 40 baseline measurements for muscle strength and flexibility, even using Easton medicine, so they're not leaving any stone unturned.
LaMarcus Aldridge just checked in for Portland.
It was a rough year for the Mavs and their fans. The first time since 2012 the Mavericks found themselves out of the playoffs. A big reason why was they couldn't get the wins they needed on the road.
Shots good by Ellis.
Yeah, and he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty. The way he can blast his way straight through traffic, he's really strong.
And Steve, even more than that, this is what I think of when I think of him. Late in the fourth quarter, time winding down. They've got one shot to win the game. He's your man. He's the guy I'm looking for to make it happen.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Guys, though the Dallas Mavericks weren't able to lure Dwight Howard, they did sign a good starting point guard in Jose Calderon. A great floor general, good passer, solid shooter. He's a player they've been intrigued with for years. We'll see if he can help them get back in the playoff picture.
Yeah, good situation for him. Thanks, Doris. And back to the Mavs, 17-24 record on the road. You know, Steve, their struggles as the visiting team, you know, one of the reasons why they were only a 500 team on the season at 41-41.
And even though going 500 isn't a bad year for most, it is when you're the Dallas Mavericks and you're used to playing in the postseason. This was the first time in a long time, in forever, that the Mavs didn't end up in the playoffs.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Carter kicks to Harris. Back to Carter. Three-pointer. Portland grabs the miss. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored and not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, it looked like a mismatch to me. Well, you know, Damian Lillard, the number 6 pick in the 2012 draft, but that didn't matter because he ran away with the Rookie of the Year award. Taking over the reins at guard in Portland, this young man was special. You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
Mavericks leading by 5. That drive by Carter. Here's Ellis. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Ellis has got 4 this quarter. And a great start for Damian Lillard last season. Won the Vegas Summer League Co-MVP award. Stepped right into that big void for Portland at point guard, especially after Raymond Felton had really kind of taken that position and downgraded it the year before.
Yeah, there was a huge hole in the lineup for the Blazers, and Lillard stepped right in and filled it up. Had an incredibly productive season.
Looking at Dallas, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And it wasn't just bad shooting. They weren't getting good looks. The offense wasn't clicking, no ball movement, very stagnant performance.
Yeah, I agree. The reason for that, I think, was their movement away from the ball. Not very crisp.
What a finish with that hoop.
There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half. Here is Ellington, defended by McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Here is Ellington, averaging 6 points per contest.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And Wright kicks to McCollum. Now the pass to the body. A 3-ball. And that one's good. And now just a 2-point Maverick lead. And the first half ends in a close one. Maverick now,
presented by Sprint.
Halftime at the Rose Garden in a close one.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And a It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Look at the bodyguard in this one. He's been everywhere.
Boy, he put on a show from the three-point line in the first half, didn't he? We'll see if the halftime break had any cooling effect on him.
Yeah, we'll soon find out because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
The forwards are Batum and Thomas Robinson. Damian Lillard out there with the bodyguard. And it's Aldridge in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
You know, for now, the Trailblazers are still the basketball team in the Pacific Northwest. You know, Seattle made a strong push to acquire the Kings, made a record bid, but the owners decided that Sacramento had done its part to keep the Kings, and so Seattle has to wait.
And that one's good.
Great-looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Portland's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, the bodyguard in that last game against the Jazz made a big difference. He dropped in 26 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. A dominating performance from a player who might start making waves around the NBA. That is what the franchise hopes at least, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by Steve his standards.
Well, those are pretty high standards ordinarily. We'll see how much it carries over. It's not a performance that will be easy to repeat.
But you like to have that in your arsenal and on your resume so you can call on it the next time you get out on the court. So I think it'll serve him better than it won't.
Blair makes it off the glass. Blair's got 5 points so far. And Clark, going back, you know, the Blazers one of 3 teams in the Pacific Northwest. You also had the Sonics in Seattle and, Steve, you know, the Vancouver Grizzlies.
And I think those two cities, particularly Seattle, are strong contenders for a new NBA franchise. Of course, Seattle almost ended up with the Sacramento Kings, but when Sacramento was awarded the franchise, a lot of people felt like it was only a matter of time before Seattle would be granted an expansion team.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's the bodyguard. 13 points in the game. Six to shoot. Here's the 3. Portland no good that time either. Mavericks leading by 3. Marion dishes to Ellis. The feed to Harris. Launches a 3. Shot misses. And it's Portland the other way.
You know, one of the bigger moves last season was the surprising trade between the Kings and the Rockets that sent Thomas Robinson over to Houston. Not often do you see a team give up on their number 5 overall pick just after half a season.
And we can talk all we want about their passing, but from 3-point range, these point guards have been filling it up for the past month. You take a look at Calderon. 3rd in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down. And, of course, Damian Lillard, right on the trail. Another player that gets it done from beyond the arc.
Well, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and shoot the 3. A great backup plan for any point guard to have.
Yeah, I'd love to see a 3-point shooting contest just amongst the point guards so we could watch these guys do work. I mean, I don't know which one of them I choose, but they're all pretty good.
Well, going back to that Thomas Robinson trade, not the best rookie season, certainly. Begins with Sacramento, then goes to Houston. But the Rockets felt it was really worth a gamble to acquire a lottery talent. What do you think?
Well, you know, they were looking for an asset, and of course they ended up moving him along with Portland during the offseason. So it's an interesting situation. Thomas Robinson with his 3rd team already after being, what, the 5th pick in the draft just a year ago or so. Boy, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Aldridge with a screen on Clark. Lillard from outside, and another 3 for Portland.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
And he also is incredibly adept at running the pick and roll. He almost always makes things happen when he instigates that play. For a little while in the recent past, it seemed as though the Mavericks were becoming a slowdown team, but last year they got back to running and gunning and ended up being one of the best offensive teams in the league. You know, it was a pretty poor display from the field for them in the first half, but they've got the lead, and now the shots are starting to fall.
Now, they shot under 40% before the break, and that had to change coming into the second half, so they're starting to figure it out.
Knocked away, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Mark, as you said about the Mavs, 6th in the league in fast break points, and a lot of that was due to their passing, Steve.
Yeah, when you have Dirk and the other bigs that they have, they can get a break going in a hurry if you don't back up defensively. So it wasn't a surprise that they were up there in both fast break points and assists because of their fluid nature offensively.
And the basket good.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
Here's the bodyguard. He's guarded by Calderon. Cullen passes to the body. Fires for three. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Calderon kicks to Ellis. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Well, Monte Ellis has never been short on confidence, and last year he went as far as comparing himself to Dwayne Wade, saying the only difference between them is that Wade has rings. That's a pretty big difference, though.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Ellington's checked in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, Rick Carlisle is widely considered an outstanding strategist and X and O's coach. But with the turnover on the Mavericks roster the last few seasons, he's tried to keep things as simple as possible for them. He said, quote, "My ongoing goal is to call less or no plays if we can. We want our guys to make plays." Kevin?
Well, Doris, when you've got that kind of talent and IQ, playing that instinct can certainly be effective. And you talk about the talent and confidence from Monte Ellis. Steve, what's the balance between confidence and like overconfidence?
Well, I think the balance is in your decision making, and that's the trickiest thing for really talented young players to figure out. It's just when to attack and when to back off a little bit. And that's all stuff that just comes with experience.
And it's right, sending it back. Passes it to the body. Misses the shot. It's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter.
Next Monday night, December 9th, LaMarcus Aldridge.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Mavericks. Blair is out there with Marion. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Devin Harris. Robinson, guarded by Marion. Robinson, that's good.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Now here's Harris. T right out. Pass to Lito. Shot is off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
You know that Utah game has a lot of attention on it.
Harris with it. Now guarding bodyguard. And it's Harris off the drive. And stolen by Lillard. Lillard, right side. The bodyguard shoots the three. Here's Robinson. The rebound by Blair. Blair's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Kicks to Harris. Dishes it to Ellington. Pass to Blair. That's tipped. And stolen by Lillard. Here's the bodyguard. The Mavericks pull it in.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
And the pass to Lito. 5 to shoot. From 11 feet away. And he hits the jump shot. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, I had a chance to find out what the Trailblazers head coach was going over with his guys. His message, don't even look at the score right now. We've got to make one play at a time and execute. That's how we'll take this thing home. Kevin is trying to keep them focused.
Thanks, Doris. Brandon Wright's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Harris off the drive. Lays out. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trail Blazers. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
And you know, for the Rockets, that's a game that they'd really like to have.
Trail Blazers leading by 7. McCollum with the ball, picked up by Ellis. McCollum kicks to Batum. He feeds it to Aldridge. They're on him. And that one's good by Aldridge. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Defensively, guys, they just don't seem to be giving the same kind of effort that they were in the first half of the game.
And it's Ellis penetrating. Second shot opportunity. Portland grabs the miss. Aldridge has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Robinson sets a screen from Colum. Robinson inside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And you know where you'll see him put in the majority of his work is in the rebound battle. He puts a persistent physical effort on the glass. He is tough to box out.
And every team needs a player like him, a guy who contributes each and every night by doing just the little things and doing them well, like getting on the floor for loose balls.
Marion dishes to Harris. Back to Marion. That's good. Here's McCollum. Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
On the wing, Batum. He kicks it to Robinson. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And he has picked it up here in the second half, really lighting it up now.
Mavericks trail by 9. Harris kicks to Ellis. He dishes it to Blair. Feeds it to Harris. Oh, they get it back. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Marion with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. The open shot, Ellis. And right through it goes. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
It's stolen by Harris. Plenty of space. Again, the Mavericks score.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Trailblazers leading by 5. McCollum passes to Batum. We've got 1:18 left to play in the final quarter. 6 on the shot clock. There's the dish to Robinson. Puts it up. And that one hits back iron. Mavericks trailed by 5. Harris right side. Ellis goes in. That is good.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. McCollum passes to the body. Aldridge left side. And stolen by Blair.
Well, it's still within reach.
Yeah, but their offense, Steve, needs to be just about perfect from here out.
Great D that time from McCollum. The Trailblazers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. The Trailblazers making the switch here. Grabs checked in, and they go to the intentional foul. He gets the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Aldridge guarded by Wright. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Smart foul there. You've got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And here is Ellis. And there's a whistle. That goes on the body guard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Right outside. Misses. And so it's Portland winning this one. They came,